Making Basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're coming back to back with bangers. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to finish your beats in Logic Pro 12. Okay, this is actually going to be a new series, and I'm just going to start finishing beats. Okay, this is how to finish the trap beat in Logic Pro 12. So we pretty much have a lot of the elements to the beat, right? You got, main parts, 808, snare, stuff like that. Let's just check out what we have here, and then we'll start maybe adding one or two more things, and then we're gonna arrange it and finish this beat, okay? Let's check it out. All right, bet. So first thing we want to think about is, does this need anything else? For the most part, it doesn't, but I'm gonna add this cymbal. It's at the beginning of the beat or of the loop. So it could be like little stuff like that that can help with the beat. We can also do like a fall sound. Quantize that real quick, and this riser. Beat needs a kick. Look, if y'all are struggling with finishing your beats in Logic Pro, maybe you know how to make beats, you kind of know how to get in here, cook up a melody, cook up some drum patterns, but when it comes to finishing it and making a full-fledged professional beat, you're struggling, all right? Get the master bundle. Go to beatmakingbasics.com, get this beatmaking master bundle. It includes every single course on our site. So all these courses, all the sound kits, you feel me? You'll get all this and all the templates, all right? What this is gonna do is give you all the game that you're gonna need to make beats in Logic Pro and GarageBand. Plus, you're gonna get information on how to make your own melodies, how to make your own drum patterns, the beat making process, and more, all right? Sound kits are gonna help you with, beat blocks. Sometimes we lose our inspiration. This will help you get and stay inspired. Plus, we have these mixing templates. So whether you're a beginner or a more tenured and experienced producer, these mixing templates are going to help you instantly take your beat mixes to the next level. So what you're going to want to do is save time and grab this master bundle. You can also use Shop Pay, and then you can pay over time. So what's the excuse? Take your beats to the next level. Start finishing your beats in Logic Pro and GarageBand, and I will see you in the courses. Appreciate y'all watching. Let's get back to the video. We're going to keep the kick kind of simple here. All right, so cool. That's going to be our kick. Now we pretty much have everything for the most part that we need in this joint, in this beat. And we're just going to pretty much join everything together. And now we have everything pretty much together. This is our loop. So from here, what I want to do is organize everything. All right. Rename it if it's kind of like looking messy. You know what I'm saying? Simple names. And if you highlight everything, push Command A and then push Shift Option and the letter N, you'll see that everything's named here will come here. Now at this point, for the most part, I can just take this loop, highlight it by pushing Command A, and we can push Command R and it will extend. And then from here, we're able to now turn this into song format simply by taking the loop, this guy right here, put your loop over here and just move it along the timeline as we create the beat. So we're going to start with the intro. It's usually going to be, for the most part, just your melody. Let's check it out. All right, cool. So we're trying to figure out how I'm going to bring this in. I think I'm pretty much just going to come in as such. Now you saw me mute out this stuff pretty much. I could delete it too, but why I mute it out instead is this: if I want to come back, as you saw me do, and change up something, I can easily do this. Now the hotkey to mute and unmute is this Control and the letter M. And pretty much I'm just going to chop this up. So I want the beat to build here. I got the intro. It's pretty much what's going on. And something else I could do here is I kind of want to extend this, and I'm just going to take this synth. I just doubled it by pushing Command D, and I'm just going to just held down Option and drag that synth down, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it up an octave. Shift Option up. And now what this is going to do is, I don't think I did it. Let me see. There you go. Shift Option up. It takes an octave. I can turn this one down a little bit, and then this hook is going to build. And this is where we're pretty much going to come and start working on the verses. So we had our intro, we got our hook. And at this point, if you want, you can color code this to make it simple and easy to see. So go over here to the top left and this arrow that's pointing down, click that, and go to colors. And just make a different color so that you can easily identify that this is your hook. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be your verse. And any colors you want, and then intro, hook, and then verse, and then you can just pretty much use the color codes to help you visually see what's going on here. You can also come over here and go to arrangement, click this, click there, change that up if you need to, and do it as such. Now you might notice something here. If you look at the BPM, it's 151, And if you actually technically look over here, this is actually 8 measures. But sometimes on your beat, you want to count your measures like kind of double time in a sense, because depending on how fast it is, this kind of flows like it's a 4 bar, even though it's an 8. I mean, a 6, excuse me, it flows like a 8 bar, even though it's a 16. And then this would be, even though these 4 right here would flow like a 16, it's technically really a 32 bars, right? But if you do, keep in mind it's double time because it's like a faster BPM. But anyway, let's keep on going. Now we're going to focus on the actual verse. Now, obviously, we want certain things that are going to only be on a hook. I'm thinking that this flute and this synth sound, that's only going to be played during the hook. So Control M, take that bad boy out. Also, you might want to come through here, maybe take out the kick, and that comes in like at the second part of the verse. And you'd also want to come around and think about playing around with the melody, main melody. So I'm just gonna have like the higher pitch one coming in first, then the lower pitch, and then it's gonna come out and it's gonna do it like that. Also, you don't want this rise to be going too crazy on this, so we're gonna just go like that, take that out, and we're gonna just play this and just see, on the fly what we want to keep and not. Let's check this out. And I'm gonna actually put like some stops in this. I think this is a good place where like you can kind of mess with the like stopping it real quick. You know how when the artist is rapping and they say something catchy and the beat stops or drops out. So I'm just pushing Command T to chop that up and then muting it out. Control M. Bet. So that's for the most part gonna be your verse. We can do some different variations of it, on the second verse, but for the most part, that's the verse. So we're gonna take this and we can just color code it. Again, this is just to help us visually see what's going on. And from here, we're pretty much almost done because we can copy and paste a lot of these other sections here. So like I can come over here and just move the playhead with greater than or less than signs on the keyboard. Copy this, Command C, paste, Command V, and we can just do the hook one more time. And we want to do something for the outro. So pretty much this is gonna be the format, except for I need to go ahead and come over here. I kind of like to double up what I did here. So I know like, okay, cool. If I had these lead sounds in the sub playing here in the intro, I kind of want that going on in the outro too. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna mute out this, move out the rest of this, and this is how our outro is gonna do. All right, the second verse, it's pretty simple. I kind of want to just go ahead and maybe just swap this. So instead of doing the high pitch one, we're going to do the low pitch first and then switch it. And to keep in mind, y'all, obviously there are thousands of ways to do the same thing sometimes. I just find this is a pretty simple and straightforward way to do this, okay? So keep that in mind. We're gonna do that. I'm actually gonna also come on to each of these these leads in the verses, and we're gonna go over here to the remix effect, put that on each of these. Y'all know, if y'all been watching this this channel a lot, y'all know I love the remix effect and using it with my beats. Okay, so this is going to be a super simple trick that you can use to guarantee that your beats bang and guarantee that they don't sound the same all the way through. All you got to do is put the remix effect on your main melody tracks, okay, and then come over here where it says read and activate touch. Make sure you don't leave that on after you finish doing all the stuff, but keep it in mind. So this is lead 1, this is lead 2. Cool. We're gonna play this beat all the way through, do some cool little tricks, and then end the video. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I just messed up right there. If you mess up while doing this remix effect, make sure you first off go stop the track, turn touch to read, so that, you know, because touch is going to pretty much record anything you touch on that track. And then what you want to do is go ahead and push the letter A. And if you zoom in here, you can actually see the automation that you did. So what I can do here is go over here to this tape stop effect, and I want this, it looked like I kind of stopped it right here. I want this to, you know, be a little better at coming in smoother, so when it drops back, it just makes sense. So let's just listen to it. I moved that. Let's check it out. Okay, so that's how you fix that. We'll push A, and then we're gonna go ahead and click back on these remix effects and turn back on touch on both of these so we can continue editing this. And I'm just gonna go ahead and decide to end it right there instead of extending this and keeping that going. I'm gonna let it end with a sting ending. For the most part, this beat is done. Again, if there's anything in here that we don't like, we can always go in and push A and edit that out, selecting it, etc. I'm gonna do a basic mix on this just so y'all can kind of see some tips on that. And let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this over the hook. The reason why is because it pretty much has all of the different elements of the beat. So I'm just gonna go ahead. We can solo out some stuff. Start with the kick in the 808 along with this lead. If your drums are in stereo, you want to go ahead and, put those in mono. So say if you're using the quick sampler to make your beats, put the, load your own samples in, make sure that's in mono with your drums. We can actually, and maybe on certain instruments, like maybe use rises, falls, cymbals, stuff like that, you don't have to do that. But just the instruments you need to isolate, like snares and stuff like that. And as you can see here, we do have a little peaking on the stereo out. Don't worry. Pretty much all we need to do to fix this is group some of these instrument tracks together. So like we want to come over here, group like your sub and your 808. You can go to the output, go to bus, send it to a bus. Basically, it's going to an auxiliary track or aux track. Do that with your drums. And then you can name these. Let's say bass, drums, melody. And then I can highlight all three of these like so. And then bring the levels down to create that headroom we need. Then for the most part, we can do some basic EQs, cut out some of the low frequencies on some of these main instrument sounds. might not necessarily hear it just yet, but by cutting out the lows on these instruments, this melody, it made the 808 and this sub and the kick be able to punch through the mix a little bit better. All right, and if we're just gonna say a simple rule, if you're brand new, if you just do this on your instrument sounds, make sure you're not taking away too much low so it sounds thin. But if you just do that alone, you can kind of get away with not putting EQ on every single thing, because you're literally just gonna want to push this through a little bit, and but let's keep on going though, because I don't want y'all to think that that's all you need to do is just boom, boom, boom. Let's check it out. There you go. So I've learned not to overly EQ things. You kind of want, honestly, that the original sound, right? You just want to kind of help it to fit in the mix. All right. You don't want to change the sound. Like, for instance, if I came over here on this, there's too much of the lows out of there. Now it's thin. It kind of changes the overall sound. Compared to this, where it takes out the lows so that the low end sounds can come in and out, shine in the frequency range. But just, you still get the bulk of how this instrument sounds. All right. So pretty much after that, we want to go ahead and look at what we can add to make some of these sounds punch in the mix, because some of them do need a punch. So let's check that out. One thing you can do is use a smack attack. I'm gonna put that on the hi-hat. I feel like the hi-hats could come in a little bit more sharper. It's kind of low, not really doing that much. That just gave it a little bit of a punch, more punch on the drums. And then from here, I don't like putting a whole lot of reverb on stuff, man, because sometimes the reverb can mess up the mix. On this beat, actually, I think I'm going to keep the reverb off of it. You dig what I'm saying? But you can put reverb sparingly on certain parts that sound dry, that might make it sound a little bit better. Only other thing I know I need to do to this beat is go ahead and add my tags, which we're going to go ahead and do now.
You got it. You got it.
Come over here, add another one.
You got another one.
See, I kind of don't like that this little EQ filter sweep that I did. So what we can do is just come over here, push A, and where it says filter, just come in and turn that bad boy off. This is doing too much. You know what I'm saying? This is doing too much. I'm gonna come over here and turn that filter off over here too, man. It's just literally just doing too much. Might be able to get away with it over here, but for sure it's doing too much right there. Yep, doing too much on both of them. So we took that out, and now it's gonna sound a lot better. Bet. For the most part, this beat is done, man. We finished a beat in Logic Pro, and I was ready to be uploaded and then posted. You feel me? If you want more of a thorough breakdown, okay, you basically want to go to my website, beatmakingbasics.com. We have something called the Master Bundle, and it includes every sound kit, every template, every drum kit, and every single course that we drop on beatmakingbasics.com, plus future updates, okay, and drops. All right, right now we're sitting around 13 courses. These are not just simple, quick courses. Each course has anywhere from 30 minutes to 5 hours of content each. All right, where we're breaking down this process thoroughly. All right, and then on those sound kits, each of those sound kits usually have about 20 melodies, and the drum kits usually have around 100 sounds. All right, plus you got the stems and MIDI files and different things like that on certain kits. So you got inspiration, you got a game on how to, finish your beats, and then you have these templates that will help you with mixing your beats. So head over to beatmakingbasics.com if you're brand new or if you need help learning how to make better beats, finish your beats, things like that. Grab the Master Bundle, invest in yourself, or just grab one of the courses, okay? You don't have to get the whole bundle if you're not ready for it yet. Grab one of the courses. Right now, I still got one of my lead courses that I'm going to go ahead and leave temporarily at $27, okay? It's normally $150, all right? So jump on that now, because I might go ahead and up the price back, because it's definitely worth it. You feel me? But check it out, beatmakingbasics.com. Get subscribed to the channel. Become a member. It's only $3, okay? And I drop videos periodically throughout the month that other viewers can't access. So make sure you join the team, man. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Without further ado, we're out.